Hello, my beautiful and powerful Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for ascending to the highest truths of your soul's journey. I am your guide, and if the universe, in its infinite and loving wisdom, has guided you to this very message at this very moment, I want you to feel this in every cell of your radiant being. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. Pause with me now, just for a moment. Before we journey into the heart of this transmission, I invite you to find a space where you can truly be present. Take a deep sovereign breath in, filling your lungs with the golden light of your own magnificent power. Hold it for a count of 3. And as you exhale, release the weight of the crown. Let go of the performance. Let your shoulders, which have carried so much, finally relax. Allow your heart, that vast and generous sun that warms so many worlds, to open to the possibility of receiving. Because a truth is arriving for you today, Leo. A truth so profound, it is destined to change the very landscape of your kingdom. My radiant Leo, you the Lionheart of the zodiac, carry a secret burden that few ever dare to witness. It is the profound loneliness of the throne. It is not the simple solitude of an empty room, but the soul-deep ache that comes from standing in the center of the grand stage of your life, bathed in the spotlight, pouring out your boundless warmth, your creativity, your light, only to feel when the applause fades and the curtain falls that no one truly saw the soul behind the performance. Have you ever stood in a room full of admirers, bestowing your generous energy upon every person you meet, yet feeling a hollow echo in the chambers of your own heart, a silent royal yearning for just one person to see past the brilliant shine and truly know the tender heart that fuels the flame? If this sacred truth resonates within your spirit, if you feel a stirring of recognition deep in your soul, I want to invite you to make a sacred pact with the universe right now. Let us anchor this powerful transformation into your reality. In the comments below, declare your readiness by writing, "My royal heart is ready for its true counterpart." This is more than just a comment, my magnificent friend. It is a cosmic decree. It is you telling the heavens that you are no longer available for temporary admirers, but are calling in your divine equal. And while you are there, if this space feels like home to your soul, press that subscribe button and join our Cosmic Wisdom family so you never miss a single transmission designed to illuminate your sacred path. For what has felt like an eternity, hasn't it, Leo? You learned a painful hidden art, the art of editing your own brilliance. You learned to carefully moderate the sheer wattage of your light merely to avoid making others feel small in your presence. You are being born of the sun itself, learned to dim your own rays so as not to burn those who are not yet ready for your truth. Perhaps you have dared in moments of profound trust to reveal the vulnerable heart beneath the golden armor, your fears, your insecurities, your secret dreams, only to see that flicker of confusion in another's eyes, that subtle withdrawal that silently communicates, "I love your warmth, but I am afraid of your fire. I admire your strength, but I cannot hold space for your doubt." And so you built a fortress around your heart, not of ice, but of radiant, impenetrable light. You mastered the art of the grand performance, of being the endless source of warmth, encouragement, and inspiration for everyone in your orbit. You learned with a bittersweet clarity that your immense capacity for love and generosity was often mistaken for an infinite resource, a well from which others could draw without ever thinking to replenish it. This silent sacrifice This noble burden of being the eternal sun for other people's worlds forged within you the painful necessity of reserving your most authentic, most vulnerable self for the quiet moments after the curtain call. You learned to conceal your deepest needs for validation, for reassurance, for a love that didn't just admire you, but truly saw you. And this weight carried in such noble silence has chipped away at your spirit in ways you may have never fully admitted even to yourself. For the generous, magnificent heart of a Leo was never meant to shine in isolation. Your sacred fire, your life-giving radiance was meant to be shared, to be mirrored, to co-create a universe of light with an equal partner. Yet when faced with the agonizing choice between being your full, untamed, glorious self or maintaining the fragile connections you had, you chose time and again to pull back your own glorious blaze. And with each choice, a small ember of your own wild, untamed joy seemed to fade just a little more. But Leo, my radiant soul, something has shifted in the cosmos. Can you feel it? A new frequency is humming in the air around you, a whisper on the solar winds, a deep and unshakable knowing in the very core of your being that the long season of solitary rule is coming to a sacred end. It is as if, after a lifetime of performing your heart out on a grand and lonely stage, a soul has finally purchased a ticket not just to watch the show, but to step into the light with you. And this soul, my friend, this unique and powerful being, arrives not as a passive admirer in the audience, but as your divine co-star, ready to stand beside you, unafraid of your brilliance, and capable of matching the powerful rhythm of your heart. There is a kindred spirit, a sovereign connection, now gracefully entering your sphere of influence, Leo. A soul who will never, ever ask you to dim your light. A being whose own inner sun is so bright, they will remain entirely unthreatened by the vastness of your fire. This soul harbors no secret desire to compete for the spotlight or to drain your precious energy. They arrive with a singular divine mission to gently yet powerfully remind you of the unparalleled glory of who you truly are, especially when you are not performing, when you are not holding back the boundless generosity of your spirit, when you, with a newfound and sacred courage, allow your soul's truth to blaze forth with all its natural, unyielding power. You may have already perceived the subtle signs of this magnificent arrival, perhaps without fully grasping the divine tapestry being woven around you. Small serendipitous encounters that pulsed with a significance far too potent to be mere chance. Conversations with strangers that felt like a secret meeting of two monarchs touching upon the very core of your unspoken truths. Synchronicities bold and brilliant that caused you to pause and feel a sense of cosmic alignment, a feeling that whispered, "This feels like my true kingdom." These were not random events, my beautiful Leo. They were sacred preparations. The universe, in its infinite majesty, was meticulously arranging the celestial stage, ensuring that when this soul finally steps into the full blaze of your life, you would be ready to recognize them for the divine mirror they are meant to be. A soul who has arrived not just for a season, but to help you build an empire of love that lasts forever. For what has felt like a lifetime, Leo, you have been conditioned by life's painful lessons to anticipate betrayal, especially from those you allowed into your inner court. With a heavy but royal heart, you learned to expect that people would be drawn to your light, but would flee from your fire. You came to believe that they would bask in your generosity, but abuse your fierce loyalty. And tragically, many have. In response to this recurring wound, You meticulously constructed your golden fortress, your impenetrable shield of charisma and strength. You cultivated a healthy regal distrust, a protective barrier against further heartbreak. You began to subtly doubt the very possibility that anyone could truly love you for the unvarnished truth of your soul, your radiant power, and your tender vulnerability, rather than for the status, the excitement, or the warmth you could provide for them. But this profound soul, now making their grand entrance into your life, will gently challenge every single one of those carefully constructed defenses. Not with force, not by trying to tear down your walls, but through a consistent, tender demonstration of unwavering loyalty and honor that speaks far louder than any flowery promise. They will, over time, quietly and undeniably show you that they are forged from a different star stuff than those who have wounded you in the past. They will gaze upon the full force of your radiant being, not with a flicker of envy or fear, but with an authentic, pure adoration that feels like a sacred coronation for your weary soul. They will witness your grandest gestures of love and feel a genuine, unadulterated gratitude entirely free from that bitter aftertaste of expectation or entitlement you have become so painfully adept at discerning. The very first sensation that will profoundly astonish you about this individual is the unparalleled sense of sovereign safety they impart. A deep, resonant permission to finally, truly be your whole self. For so long you have learned to hold the pose, to maintain the powerful exterior, to make yourself a pillar of strength, merely to fit into the often constricting roles offered to you by others. But with this extraordinary soul, Leo, you will feel a nascent yet powerful urge to finally set down your scepter and rest. You will find yourself speaking of your deepest passions and your most hidden insecurities without encountering that familiar stifling judgment. You will feel free to express your profound needs for affection and appreciation without the gnawing fear of being labeled as demanding or arrogant. You will be able to love with all your natural, theatrical, magnificent heart, without the painful sensation of your gifts being taken for granted. And at first, my friend, this newfound freedom will feel profoundly unsettling. It may even feel dangerous, for you have spent what feels like an entire reign under the pressure of the crown. When you are finally granted this divine permission to be gloriously, imperfectly human, a part of you, conditioned by past betrayals, will simply not know how to embrace it. You will naturally question if it is a trap, a temporary illusion. You will wait with bated breath for the inevitable moment when this person too asks you to dim your light or demands that you put the crown back on. But that moment, my radiant Leo, will never arrive. For this soul has not entered your life to rule over you, to diminish you, or to confine you. They have arrived to witness you, to cherish you, and to build a glorious kingdom alongside you. For those magnificent Leos born between July 23rd and August 1st, this pivotal soul may initially appear in a role of creative partnership, a collaborator whose vision ignites your own, a colleague who champions your ideas with fierce loyalty, or even a rival whose honorable competition pushes you to new heights of greatness. Yet you will swiftly realize that the profound depth of your connection transcends any project or professional goal. It will resonate on a soul level, a meeting of two sovereign creators. For those brilliant Leos born between August 2nd and 12th, this transformative individual will most likely make their serendipitous appearance within your social circles, perhaps through a mutual friend who recognizes the undeniable synergy between your two spirits. Their arrival will carry an effortless glamour, a sense of destiny that feels both exciting and profoundly comfortable, like finding the missing jewel for your crown. And for the captivating Leos born between August 13th and 22nd, the encounter will possess an undeniable, almost theatrical element of fate. It will feel as though the universe itself wrote this scene, as if you have recognized each other from a timeless, mythic place. It will feel like a reunion of two souls who have ruled kingdoms together across countless lifetimes, even if this is your very first meeting in this earthly incarnation. What all Leos, regardless of their birth date, will universally experience in the presence of this profound connection is a resonant, deep sigh of, finally someone who isn't intimidated by my light. Finally someone who understands that my pride is a shield for a tender heart. Finally someone who sees my generosity not as a performance, but as the very essence of my soul. Finally someone whose own spirit is so strong they can stand in the full blaze of my sun and not be consumed, but instead begin to shine even brighter themselves. Leo, I know with every fiber of my being that a part of you, after traversing so many lonely landscapes of disappointment, has quietly surrendered. After encountering countless individuals who swore their undying allegiance only to flee when faced with the full, unvarnished truth of your power, your needs, your occasional roars of frustration, you cease to believe that a true and unwavering partnership could ever truly manifest. You convinced yourself with a heavy heart that it was far better to rule your kingdom alone than to risk the agony of betrayal or abandonment once more. And this path, my brave lion heart, has been an arduous one, has it not? To carry such a boundless capacity for love, yet to have no one worthy of sharing the throne. But what if I, from this sacred space of cosmic guidance, were to whisper to your heart that you are not only worthy of, but are destined for a genuine, soul-aligned co-ruler? What if I told you that you are not required to choose between the unadulterated truth of your brilliant self and the comforting presence of another by your side? What if I revealed that there is indeed a singular soul in this vast cosmos who was specifically forged in the same starfire as you, destined to walk with you, not as a subject, but as an equal offering, a radiant and authentic home for your royal heart? I invite you once more to anchor this truth into your very being. If your spirit resonates with this promise, leave a comment right now declaring, I deserve a home for my heart built on loyalty and light. This is far more than a simple sentence, Leo. It is a profound statement of your divine intent. It is your courageous spirit opening an energetic gateway, making sacred space for this person to finally and fully enter the vibrant tapestry of your life. It is you, at last, recognizing your own immeasurable worth and proclaiming to the universe your readiness for a connection that truly honors the magnificent sovereign being you are. The second profoundly striking characteristic you will observe about this individual entering your life is that they possess an inherent, unwavering sovereignty of their own. They have their own kingdom, their own light, their own inner sun. They harbor no desperate need to bask in your spotlight, nor do they feel compelled to compete for the adoration you so naturally command. Their own essence shines with a quiet, undeniable power. And it is precisely this quality, Leo, that will allow your two spirits to complement each other in an exquisite cosmic dance. Two suns in a binary star system do not compete for light. They create a galaxy. They forge a magnificent system where radiant energy, rather than being divided, multiplies, illuminating realms previously shrouded in darkness. You will become exquisitely aware of this dynamic in your very first, deeper interactions. While others perhaps listened to your passionate stories with a distracted air, merely waiting for a pause to bring the focus back to themselves, this extraordinary person will truly, profoundly listen. They will ask questions that emanate from a place of genuine, unfeigned fascination, delving deeper into the nuances of your grand visions and your secret passions. They will recall minute details you mentioned in passing about your dreams or your past, and with a tender reverence, revisit them, as if every word you uttered was a royal decree of indelible significance. And when it becomes their turn to speak, you will be delightfully astonished to discover that they share from a place of such profound authenticity that it in turn invites you to respond with an equal measure of your unvarnished truth. It is a genuine, perfectly balanced exchange of light, a sacred space where both sovereigns have ample room to fully radiantly exist. The third distinguishing characteristic, Leo, is that this person will, with a gentle yet firm hand, challenge you in ways that no one else has dared to before. These are not challenges that seek to diminish or criticize your magnificent spirit. Rather, they are sacred invitations to expand your kingdom even further, to become an even wiser and more heart-centered ruler. They will perceive within you a boundless creative power, a dormant strength that you perhaps had long forgotten you possessed. With loving encouragement, they will gently nudge you beyond the comfortable, yet sometimes confining boundaries of the role you've been playing. They will rekindle within your heart the embers of personal dreams you had carefully set aside, believing them too grand or too vulnerable to pursue. And the most beautiful truth, my radiant one, is that they will accomplish all of this without ever attempting to dethrone you, without seeking to transform you into something that serves only their agenda. They will challenge you to embody the most authentic, most complete, most magnificent version of yourself. Leo, one of the deepest, most searing pains you have ever carried was the heartbreaking realization that many people desired your warmth, but not you. They craved the benefits of being in the orbit of someone as confident, as generous, as fiercely loyal as yourself, but they often recoiled from the sacred responsibility of engaging with your need for reassurance, your tender vulnerabilities, your occasional moments of leonine pride. You became, for far too long, exquisitely useful, yet not truly cherished. Profoundly admired for your light, yet not deeply understood for your soul. Undeniably desired for your strength, yet rarely chosen for the luminous complex truth of who you are. This new transformative person will utterly dismantle this painful pattern. They will desire your presence on your vulnerable, self-doubting days just as fervently as on your brightest, most confident ones. They will be there, a steadfast royal guard, when you are too utterly weary to shine, when your magnificent inner fire flickers low. They will, with their quiet strength, illuminate the profound truth that your vulnerability does not in any way diminish your royal power. In fact, it humanizes you, deepening the very fabric of a genuine, unbreakable bond. The fourth characteristic that will deeply resonate with your magnificent spirit, Leo, is that this person will possess a profound sense of loyalty that mirrors and honors your own. Leos, by their very nature, are the most fiercely loyal beings in the zodiac. When your heart opens, you defend with an unshakable resolve, you protect with a warrior's shield, and you stand steadfastly by those you anoint as your own. But you have learned, through painful lessons, that not everyone operates from the same noble code of honor. This luminous soul entering your life will, with unwavering consistency, demonstrate that mutual profound loyalty still exists. They will never, not once, speak ill of you behind your back while offering a disingenuous smile to your face. They will, through a sustained pattern of consistent actions over time, demonstrate beyond any doubt that when they pledge their allegiance to you, they are, in every true sense of the word, genuinely and irrevocably with you. And this profound, unwavering allegiance will mend the cracks in your royal heart. And the fifth beautiful characteristic you will discover, Leo, is that this person will possess a truly unique, effervescent way of making you laugh. Not the polite, performative laugh you offer in social settings, but the genuine, uninhibited, full-bodied roar of mirth that bubbles up from the deepest well springs of your soul. They will possess a sense of humor and play that is exquisitely attuned to your own inner child, a delightful synchronicity, a shared secret language of joy. Leo, you have for far too long been entrenched in the serious business of ruling your life. This remarkable individual will lovingly reintroduce you to the pure, unadulterated joy of play. They will gently remind you that you are not perpetually required to be a symbol of strength. You can simply be in all your goofy, glorious, playful magnificence. The profound reason this soul is making their significant entrance into your life, specifically now, has everything to do with the wise and discerning sovereign you have become. You needed to traverse those landscapes of disappointment. You needed to learn the subtle yet powerful art of discernment to truly recognize a true gem when it finally gloriously appeared. Had this person entered your life in earlier seasons, Leo, you might not have been fully prepared. You might still have been too dazzled by superficial charm, too willing to overlook red flags because your generous heart so desperately wanted to believe the best in every soul. But now, you have developed a profound wisdom. You know how to observe patterns of behavior over time rather than simply being swept away by grand declarations. And this extraordinary person will with effortless grace pass every subtle test your wise and discerning spirit will administer. In the days and weeks ahead, I invite you to pay exquisite attention to the subtle sensations within your being. Notice if there is anyone in whose presence you feel you can finally truly exhale. Someone who makes you feel like you can breathe deeper, roar your truth more loudly, and dream even bigger. This subtle yet potent feeling is your most sacred indicator. Your magnificent heart knows before your analytical mind can explain. Trust this visceral, undeniable feeling of rightness. One day soon, Leo, you will look back with a heart overflowing with gratitude and realize that at some imperceptible point, this person ceased to be a new arrival in your kingdom and blossomed into the other half of the throne, a cornerstone of your peace, your joy, and your magnificent home. Leo, you are so truly deserving of this. You deserve a soul who not only withstands your fire, but joyfully dances in it with you. You deserve a partner, not an audience. And most crucially, my radiant one, you do not need to do anything more, be anything more, or shine any brighter to earn this. You are in every exquisite facet of your being already enough. The right person, the one divinely aligned for you, will cherish the entire glorious kingdom that is you. If this message from Cosmic Wisdom has ignited a flame of truth within your soul, I urge you to honor that sacred feeling. Share in the comments below that you are ready to lovingly welcome your divine counterpart into the sacred sanctuary of your life. Subscribe to our channel because your ongoing journey deserves continuous support and gentle guidance. You will need sacred reminders that it is profoundly worth taking the courageous risk to trust again. Turn on your notifications to graciously receive further insights on how to recognize this radiant soul and build something truly lasting. My radiant Leo, the profound loneliness of the throne is at last drawing to a gentle close. A kindred spirit, a magnificent equal, is rising to find you, not to take from your light, but to build a new galaxy beside you. Prepare your heart, prepare your spirit. Your magnificent life is about to become immeasurably gloriously brighter. Go forth and be brilliant.